Hey everyone! So today is Friday, which means you get me. Great, isn't it? So, basics. My name's Jenny. I'm English, I am a student, and I am studying philosophy and theology, which makes me a filthy student, apparently, because, they gotta give us our abbreviations. I'm also a huge nerd. I have, like I said, my really fun eye makeup again. This time it is very, very blue and pink to match my hair, because I'm coordinated. So, on to the topic. This week it is about asexuality, and how we discovered it and all that kind of thing. So, it's quite a long story for me, but I'm sure you're willing to listen. So, where can we start? Well, I am, as I've said, I think before, a romantic. Specifically, I think I'm straight, but you never know. And unlike quite a lot of people on this, I seem to have quite a strong romantic drive in comparison, in that I really do hunt out people that I can connect to and things like that. And that led me into a lot of interesting situations in high school where I didn't quite twig necessarily what people were after in relationships. And there's been the odd occasion where I've got someone and been like, oh, you want the sex thing? Yeah, I don't do that. But at the time, I just thought that was because I was waiting for the right person to come along, or other such reasons. I mean, I think my favourite example of how naive and how stupid I was in this is ending up at a guy's house and then being surprised when he took me to his bedroom, going, let's watch a film. Oh no, I don't have a TV. While I was like, oh, yeah, you mean this in a totally different way to me. So that wasn't fun. But so eventually I get through this big phase of having like 1 month relationships. And I meet a guy at college, and he's really, really nice. We get together, and in total we actually lasted for about 15 months, which was interesting because about 6 months in, he starts bringing up the sex thing, and I'm like, oh, I want to wait till like a year because I'm not sure, because I didn't know what was going on, and I wasn't sure about my state of mind. So it gets to about a year, and I'm still like, I have no idea whether I want to sleep with you because I just don't know what's going on. And I talked to my friend about it, and she's like, oh, well, do you never have that feeling that when you're kissing, and then you do something more, and then you do something more, and then you really have to fight against the urge to sleep with them? And I find that really hard, and I'm like, no, I don't get that. So I think this might just be her, and I check it with another friend, and apparently, no, it's just me. That was a bit awkward. So eventually I break up with this guy, and I don't really talk to him now, so I don't know if he knows I'm ace. If you're watching this, I'm really, really, really sorry about being a bit of a mess. But then I go to uni, and uni's great, and I start finding out about this term asexual by a friend, but I'm still kind of thinking, oh, maybe he just wasn't the right guy. Maybe I'm not actually ace, maybe I'm just, he wasn't right for me. And I meet this other guy who's absolutely lovely. Until we went out for about 5 months. And this one was a bit different because I completely fell for this one, and I still didn't get this mysterious thing called sexual attraction. And I was a bit like, yeah, that should have happened by now, right? Which is probably about the time I joined Avon, because I was a bit confused. This guy knew vaguely that I did identify as ace. I think one of the first things I said to him when he asked me out was that he wasn't getting any, which he was fine with, and he was really, really nice. It's partly his fault that I'm really confident in it now, because he was very supportive of it, and he completely actually understood about it, which was great. But yeah, it was a little weird to find out that no, I think I'd met somebody who I really, really liked and was completely head over heels for, and just nothing happened in my head to make me sexually attracted to him, which was slightly unexpected. But then we broke up, and that was probably the confirmation for me that I was very much definitely asexual, because I just didn't miss any of that side of the relationship at all. That was, it was not, I missed the romantic side, but not anything more, even down to kisses or anything. That was fine, which I think was where it confirmed for me that I was asexual. So that was a bit of a long story about how I came to find it out. and probably a bit different to everybody else's, seeing as it took me quite a few times to figure it out. So now I'm lovely and quite happy and identifying as ace, and in fact I'm quite out about it. All of my friends know. In fact, all of my friends are probably watching this and laughing at me right now because I keep spamming it to them. And yeah, so what have you learned about me? That I am slightly nerdy, that I was a bit slow on the uptake, to be honest, and that I'm quite absolutely romantic. I'm the proper stereotype of a hopeless romantic, which can turn out to be fun at times. What else? So yeah. Oh, on the note of being out to all of my friends, they're all really lovely about it. I think I get occasional jokes made in my direction, notably, let's get somebody to hit on her, see if she notices, which is quite funny because they tend to do it to guys who are like, I can get any girl. Yes, I'm looking at a certain friend of mine here and hoping she takes the hint. I get a lot of jokes about how I tend to use that word ace instead of using the word good, so there's loads about that going on. But in general, everyone's really, really good with it, which is really nice. Probably why I was encouraged to do this. So I think that's about it for what I can tell you about asexuality and everything this week. So yeah, leave me questions, topics, criticisms, whatever. Suggestions for what makeup I can do would be great. Though I won't have this colour hair next week, hopefully, so don't base it on that. And oh, we have a Facebook, which would be great if you could find us. Just search for Hot Piece of Face. And we have a Twitter account because, you know, I spend all my time on there. So, and that is just Hot Pieces of Face, no spaces or anything, and you'll easily come across that. So add both of those because that would be great. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this and I haven't talked too much at you. See you next week.